Right, so what we're going to go in today, as requested, I will be doing a sync grid build for Karen. Now, before we get into the sync grid build for Karen, we need to look at her stats. So looking at Karen's stats right now, you have her attack power is 304, and her special attack is 346. Take note of the moves such as Bite, which is a 2-bar, 48 power, accuracy 100, and opponent, and has a chance of moderately flinching the opponent, versus Snarl, which is also a 2-bar, but lowers the special attack and has a power of 44, although the accuracy is still 5% lower to get to possibly use Snarl, but still, it's an AoE. So if you're thinking about building on a special attacking Karen, that might be something you might consider. That's for an AoE type Houndoom. Although we do have Mewtwo, who has a really powerful special attack as a striker. So in this case, Karen has versatility when it comes to her attack and special attack. So my Karen is a 4 out of 5 as well. So I pulled Karen a couple times back then. So let's focus on Karen's sync grid. After quite the feat of actually going through her sync orbs and farming and grinding, as well as some co-ops, I was able to get up to 750. Okay? So, let's look at her passives. We're going to go look at the passives for Karen here. So, Karen has this Foul Fighting 5 passive. It powers up moves when the move's target or targets are flinching, confused, or trapped. So flinching, confused, or trapped are really excellent ways of being able to trickle down the opponent's HP. And if you flinched opponent, this is great for Bite. Now, here's a Dirty Fighting 5. Powers up moves when the move's targets or targets are affected by a status condition. So if the status condition is burned, then Dirty Fighting would increase Houndoom's moves. Or it would be nice with pairing for like a Will-O-Wisp Oracle, right? So that's the top left. Now let's look at the bottom left here. Speeding Sun 2 quickly charges the move gauge when the weather is sunny. Now, some of you, maybe, I don't know who's watching this out there, but some of you might enjoy the weather and the effects of the weather. However, I'm more of the type that actually doesn't rely on the weather as much. But hopefully maybe in the future that would change, because I think it would be a great thing to see that we can change the weather in a Battle Velo or something. But right now, I wouldn't focus on Speeding Sun 2, in my opinion. Okay, now going back to the bottom left, we have this move, Dark Pulse Overpower. The more the opponent's special attack has been lowered, the more it powers up its move. So, you can build Dark Pulse after the sync move from Houndoom. Use Snarl. You're going to keep using Snarl, right? And then Dark Pulse will take into effect after the sync move. And because you can use it for Houndoom. This one here is called, Bite. Critical Countdown 2 occasionally reduces the sync move countdown by 1. That's awesome. So think about it. Occasionally reducing the sync move countdown by 1 when the user lands a critical hit. So you might want to consider, some of you might want to do a mixed build. So a mixed build of Bite and maybe Snarl. So these two can work to your advantage. And of course we have a Dire Hit MP Refresh 3 and Entertainment MP Refresh 3 here. And then on the top right side, we have Snarl Power. And we have the Snarl Move Gauge Refresh 3. And just some stat boosts on the top right. Followed by, over on the bottom right, we have the Dark Pulse Move Gauge Refresh 4. Right? I think I saw that. It's a 4. Okay. So it has a good chance of increasing the user's move by... Okay, so we know that. This is Dark Pulse. So this is all after the sync move has been done. So this is what my sync grid would look like if I would need to rely on Dark Pulse build. I would go over here to the Dark Pulse Overpower, or if you guys want to rely on stat conditions for powering up moves, then I would go for Foul Fighting 5. So I would say right now the reliability is a Bite, because getting sync move countdown occasionally, it's kind of like Propulsion or Charizard's passive. So chat, let me know. I'm going to start unlocking these builds right now. Of course, we're going to go around. Unlocking this and this. Yes, Dark Pulse has insane damage. Alright, so now that we've gone across, we could go the Dark Pulse route. So you can go bottom left and bottom right. Now, we're going to sacrifice Snarl though. But the cool thing about Snarl is that you can rely on, after the more the opponent's special attack has been lowered, the more it powers up moves, right? So Dark Pulse Overpower is sick, right? Dire Hit and plus Refresh. Okay, those are nice as well. So let's take a look at some of these passives. Okay, so if you're gonna rely on Dark Pulse, you're gonna have to go through the Dark Pulse route here. I'm gonna go with this interesting build. Ready? I'm gonna go with Foul Fighting. So let's get that Bite power up. We're gonna go for Foul Fighting. Hopefully we'll have enough. This is cool. Toxic Chance. I didn't even go over this. There's Toxic Chance. 4 has a good chance of leaving the target poisoned when a move target an opponent is successful. So that's cool too. Bite Aggravation 1 raises the chance of inflicting the flinch, confuse, or trap. Let's do this. Let's go into this. Bite Aggravation 1. You might not be able to have the Dark Pulse, but that's okay. Let's try it. Foul Fighting 5 and Dirty Fighting 5. Alright, so we unlocked those. How many more do we have left? We have 204 left. Okay, so we might not be able to go through the Dark Pulse power over, but we'll see what we can do. Those are great status additions there for Bite. So let's see if we can reach the Bite critical countdown. I'm really curious. We might be able to do it. We don't have enough, so we'd have to rely on other things here. If Bite's gonna be the case that we're using, we might as well increase the Bite power. We have Bite MP Refresh? No, we don't have any. Oh, Bite Countdown though. That Bite Countdown is so useful. So let's say you want a Bite build, right? We'll increase the Bite power here. Increase the attack power. That's the Bite build here. So all of this side, I'm gonna show you what that looks like. Okay. We'll bring Karen to co-op. Who else we bring? So we're bringing in a max sync grid Karen here. I'm gonna leave it on auto. Let's see what happens. Is it gonna use Bite or is it gonna use Snarl? I'm curious. Using Dire Hit first. Dire Hit plus. Say if you had to auto it, right? And manually I would just use Bite. It's using Snarl. So on auto, it's gonna use Snarl. maybe if you want to use Karen or auto, you might want to invest in Snarl. Just a thought. So looks like they're attacking me first. Let me switch out. Oh no, I don't have to switch out. Create chain. Okay, so I'm gonna use bite now manually and see what happens. I'm gonna focus on Mewtwo here, the bite aggravation. Oh, it's unflappable. That stinks. Well, that's really sad. It can't flinch. It's unflappable. But maybe we could poison it. Yes, it's poisoned. Perfect. Now our moves are powered up. Unfortunately, the unflappable part is the fact that the opponent cannot be flinched, sadly. So our moves are only powered up right now from the poison. So you'll see a passive with bite. Watch. Dirty Fighting 5, Aggravation 1. Toxic Chance 4. Perfect. So those are our powered up moves. You guys saw that? So once again, using bite. Dirty Fighting 5 takes into effect. Why not, right? I'm gonna reset this. Why not? Alright. Here's the other build. So you saw an auto, right? You saw an auto that Karen tends to use the Snarl. Yeah, Christian, I think that's the best thing we can do right now. We're gonna go into a Dark Pulse build. Dark Pulse build might be a more sufficient way for an auto Karen. Listen to me carefully. An auto Karen, because if you notice during the battle at Very Hard, it used Dire Hit Plus, and then Snarl. So Bite is more situational for one target. But if you feel like you want to target the rest of the opponent's team, this is the build for Dark Pulse. Ready? And this is what I'm probably going to keep for a Snarl, maybe a Snarl Dark Pulse build, but this is what's going to happen. So with the Snarl Dark Pulse build, we don't have to worry about anything on the top left. Nothing. So all that means is we're going to focus on the bottom left and bottom right. What is awesome is the fact that Dark Pulse Overpower, the more the opponent's special attack has been lowered, the more powers up moves. That is so good. So late game, once you Mega Evolve Houndoom, you're going to want to focus on this amazing Dark Pulse build, and we have some Snarls here as well, but this Dark Pulse build on the bottom right. So why not, right? We're going to build up our special attack plus 5. We're going to go for still the special attack plus 5. We don't need to go for HP here. So then we're going to go for speed. Get that speed up for Houndoom and Dark Pulse Overpower. Now, when it comes down to Bite Critical Countdown, it's cool, but the only thing is you're going to be using Bite. So that unfortunate part right here is that you don't need to unlock this Bite. Unless you really want to manually auto, but I wouldn't go for that. So here we go. Entertain Me we don't really need. We're going to go for the Dark Pulse build right now. So let's power up some Dark Pulse. Because we have a Dark Pulse build, we're going to also build up on Snarl. So Snarl has... Let me check again for Karen. Snarl has what? A 44 base power. 44 base power. So we have 4, 7, 9, 11, 14, 17, and 20. So Snarl's power can go up to 20 base points. So that would be 64 damage if you want to go that route. Alright, so we're going to focus on the Dark Pulse build here. Let's get some Snarl in, right? We'll unlock some Snarl. We'll unlock more Dark Pulse. Alright, we're gonna unlock Snarl here. Because that's all we need to rely on. Alright. I think that's all the Snarls we need. And then now we have how many? We have 84 left over. We have 84 left over. All we need now. We could unlock Dark Pulse, Move Gauge Refresh. Or we can go the speed and special attack plus 10. Okay, so in this case, I think even Move Gauge Refresh is better for Snarl. I'm gonna go with this here. I'm gonna, instead of Dark Pulse, Move Gauge Refresh, I'm gonna go with the Snarl Move Gauge Refresh, because why not? We're gonna spam Snarl, so we're going to want to use it more and more, right? So we'll have the Snarl Move Gauge Refresh, and then I think that's pretty much it, right? We have one remaining energy left, and that's all we can do. So we don't need to rely on Dark Pulse Move Gauge Refresh, because at that point, most likely we have a powerful sync move attack, and late game it's just getting rid of the opponent with Dark Pulse. And we have other options. So here's the grid. Here's a grid for Dark Pulse build, because we're gonna use the sync move after we Snarl spam. So I'm gonna call it the spammy Snarl or Sparl. I don't know what you want to call it, but you're spamming Snarl. Careful, you're using your sync move, but it used potion already. I'm gonna use Stone Cold. Okay, perfect. Okay, you use a sync move for Grimsley. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna take the hit, and then I'm gonna haze again. I'm gonna haze. Probably gonna use the ultimate power again, right? You gonna use it? You too? Oh, I'm gonna wait. Okay, haze it right now. Hazing. Hi Banda, welcome to the gaming channel. How are you today? Right, I'm gonna use a sync move now. Ooh, explosion. There goes Cryogonal. I survived it. Fist of Salty Tuna, welcome to the gaming channel. How are you, man? Alright, now is the time to use... Oh gosh, it's gonna use Psychic on me. Please live. Oh, I lived. Okay, now we get to see the Dark Pulse. At least we get to see the Dark Pulse. At least once before I faint. Oh, okay, there was 767 damage. Overpower was there. Oh, I missed. I could use Dark Pulse again. Look at that. Look at that power. 784. Well, it's decent enough against the super hard Mewtwo. Look at that. Did you see that? Overpower finally took effect. So Overpower definitely increased the power of Dark Pulse, and basically was a really good move right there. Should I have not switched? We're in trouble now. I guess we're in trouble now, but wait, let me use the Heat Wave, guys. We could take this down. We could take this Mewtwo super hard down together. Come on. Very good. Well done, well done. Well done. And I also got to show you, the viewers, what the overpower for a maxing grid Karen's Houndoom looks like once the special attack has decreased for the opponent. Awesome, awesome stuff.